Hello, can you excuse me, sir? Shall we start?
Yeah, I said yes.
Oh, okay. So, good evening, everyone. So, this is Pravina. So, I would like to give the introduction for the remote working culture. So, I think the remote working has become a norm for the COVID-19 pandemic time. So, as a further accelerated this trend to forcing companies to adopt remote work. So, for the arrangements to ensure the business continuity in the discussions. So, what are the advantages of remote working culture? Is the major things of two, and one is flexibility and cost savings. So, the flexibility works provides employees with the flexibility to work from anywhere and anytime, as long as they have a stable internet connection. So, and them to manage the work life balance more efficiently. So, and the another point is cost savings. So, remote working eliminates the need for daily commitments, which can save money and reduce carbon emissions. And I would like to talk about challenges of remote working. So, there are also two major things in this challenges of remote working, and one is social isolations. And communication and collaborations. So, the social isolations will works for the we- can lead to feelings of loneliness and isolations, which can negatively impact employees and mental health and well-being, and communication and collaboration. So communications is for remote working can make it difficult for teams to communicate and collaborate effectively, which can lead to misunderstandings and errors. It will be takes the misunderstandings to the colleagues for the communications. And there are the impacts of remote culture and is shifting managing roles.
Uh, Pravina, sorry to stop you. It's already 3 minutes, so we'll let others speak.
Okay.
I like to define what exactly the remote job is. Remote job is nothing but you are performing your regular job duties outside your office environment. That is what exactly means that. What I'm seeing different is it is good to have a remote work culture, but say for example, if I am a developer in a company, I need to brainstorm my ideas with my colleagues, with my senior officers. I'm seeing this as a challenge in the remote work. Even though we have a lots of developer tools, collaboration tools like Basecamp, Zoho Desk, Zoho Open Projects, many tools are there for collaboration. But I am also seeing that somewhere I'm lacking in brainstorming with other people's, even though if I having these tools. That's one point. Same time, remote jobs are not suitable for professions like production engineers who are directly visiting to the environment, and they need to analyze what are the products have developed so far, what are the products produced, what are the defaults having in the products. So this type of professions, the remote job work culture will not be suitable. That's what I need to add here. Thank you.
My point
Good.
is the benefits for the employees and the employer. First, the benefit of employees is flexibility. They can work from home by not by traveling so much distance, and they can improve their work life balance, reduce their stress, and they can be more productive. In the company's perspective, remote work is very much beneficial for them because uh, they don't want to spend much cost for huge office spaces. They can hire talent from anywhere, like right people for right job. That's my point.
I also like to add a point that remote work culture also makes our body unhealthy, I think. Like, see, say for example, you are logging a company on 8 p.m. and you leaving the company on 8 a.m. and you are leaving a company 7 to 8 p.m. like that. What remote work job is like to do is you can log in to your company at any time. So, but you need to work for a particular time. Say, for example, like total time. The company wants to work you for 8 hours a day, means you need to work for 8 hours on that day. What people commonly do in remote culture is they log in on late time, like say, for example, after noon, like 1 p.m., and they work for till midnight. So it causes health issues, I think. I also like to add this point here. Thank you.
Remote work, actually remote work is started only in pandemic only. Before pandemic, it
వేరే
was
శ్రీకాంబర్
like a rare.
వేరే
Uh,
కండా
and, yeah, 1 minute. Sorry,
Guys,
rare
if you
and
are not talking,
temporary
please mute.
solution, but now it has become a permanent solution. But it also leads to some mental stress to the employees. So companies now adapted to hybrid mode, like off online and offline job. So it leads to both freedom and flexibility.
So, this is Gunachilan. I have to add my some points. So, being a medical student, I have to how the remote culture is affected the body, any employee's life, how the it's affected. See, if we are all working, we are all posture means a certain body segment is there. We should not maintain the certain body postures for longer period of time. It lead to the muscle stiffness or joint receptors and joint tightness and muscle tightness. It lead to the neck pain. The so many people, IT people are telling the neck pains. Hand pain because of that these people are not moving the properly and come to the eye points. If we are continuously seeing the one any system, the our some people are so many people are they offering the light, then they are all very like to interrupted that colors and so while doing this movement, what happened, our inside the pupil, our inside the eyes is a pupil is the pupil that will be it's constricted and relaxation. Wherever we going from dark place means it will dilated to recognize what is this object, what this color, what is going on. So if we continuously we are all visiting the one object, so it lead to the very strain on the eyes. It lead to the headache. So if you saw the so many people who are all working in the IT profession or any other like any AI tools they are using, they more using means it will lead to the so many. It's affected our human body. Like so if they're continuously watching that any system, any they're doing work, they will get the pupils infection also. Then they will get the headache. It's due to the mental stress. So if the mental stress is increasing or psychologically, it's the person getting the more stress on that, it will lead to the some people some moments also it will lead to the period menstrual issue or menstrual issue, then joint flexibility and it's lead to the hypermobility of that. It lead to the so if the person is not focusing on the this they are not aware about this, it's something like that. If you're not they are aware about that, it will lead to affect the more our human bodies. So I would like to add more point, but this is a for currently these people are facing this issue only. One is a headache, one is muscle stiffness and joint tightness, then they have the body ache. So these are the point. Being a medical student, I add about the this period of time for thank you for this giving this wonderful opportunity to me.
Also in India, as a female, I feel like remote work culture is good in India because most of the women feel unsafety for going work. Their parents also feels uncomfortable for sending their daughters to work. Remote work culture is um, remote work culture is helpful for them.
Hi all, and I like to add some points from my side. That was so we say that remote working was really flexible to work from a place, and we have some bright environment. We can work peacefully. So more than that, there was a confusion called cross-border work, which means if a person was working from a country but he was working for another country, so they were giving some payments for him. If he gets those payment, the countries will be confused for which country he have to get some tax. So sometimes there was some risk called double taxation risk. So which means they put tax for both. They put tax from both the countries. So he may affect from financially if he caused like two. If he caused double taxation risk. So he may cause some income level problems, and even there might be lots of confusion to speak or to transform the information. Even though we use the collaborations like Zoom places, still there are some connectivity issues between the two countries may happen. And one more thing, we say that if we use a flexibility like remote control working, we have a lack of communication between the person workers, among the workers or co-host manager, everything. We may face some troubles of seeing in real. So I feel remote working was not good for every situation. If it was really a bad situation, we have to work together, but we couldn't make it in real means, at the time it's okay. But if we really want to make the remote control for all over the months or years, it's really not good to do that. For my sake, I'm saying this. Thank you.
But I want to add some point. We can't blame the GST. So everywhere GST, like you mentioning the tax. I'm not about the tax only. Wherever we are going, wherever the country is there, there are some tax will be there. But so what I'm telling no, we can't blame that things only. But if you, I can accept your point. It's a different country peoples. It will collaborate and it connecting each other, so I can accept that. Then one more point, I could not able to accept, but because everywhere the tax is present, all India is so depending of the countries, the what they are doing. But one more things, it's a because doing so many people are they staying in Bangalore, they staying in Chennai, but they are working in American like IT companies. So it will be good, I think. So it's connecting each other to show our knowledge uh, to what the skills we have, the personality. So everything it's depending about that. Thank you.
Actually, by connecting with two states is fine, Anna. But if we go with two countries, if we take as example, India has a over GST tax comparatively Arab or like US. So if
There are
we work
what
for
is
other countries, the GST level may be increased or decreased. So according to that, there might be some clash. That's what I mean.
I like to add a point on Roshini's point. I also like to clear how the taxation work here. For remote workers, they will pay a tax where they live. For example, if I'm working for a company like Palo Alto or any company who offers us remote jobs, it is a US-based company. They will pay us in dollars. So what our country expect us to do is we need to pay taxes for our country taxation bills. Like if the personal taxes 10%, we need to pay 10% from what we have earned us. So remote workers pay tax where they live. That's the bottom line here.
Okay, guys, last 1 minute.
Sadhvana Krishna, will you please add some point how hybrid work culture helps to improve productivity? We know that remote work and these works will combinedly gives a productivity, I think. Will you please add some point and will you please give a conclusion about that?
Uh, I think remote working culture we cannot trust completely with it because social media is something that we appreciate, but not only social media, but every platform. Maybe people might fake about the, fake, uh, like they have skills, but still we cannot rely on the remote working for everything and every time. And sometimes we do not get proper network when everyone is in remote working using their laptops. We might not get the proper working environment and network, so we will be late to join to work. So I think it's not really useful every time.
I like to conclude that it is suitable to work in a hybrid type. Like, see, there are only 5.6% across the world. There's IT and manageable works are there. So everyone couldn't able to attend the remote jobs. Only the people who have a personal computer works, like developers and IT professionals are more common to work in remote jobs. But the field workers, maybe in future it could be also possible for that also, like machines will be work for from there and we need to adjust the machines here. That is a future point. What now is we can have a hybrid work, like if in a week we can have a 3 days in on campus visit and we can brainstorm with people, and another 3 days we will work on remotely and we continue our work. That's what the hybrid culture is. I like to have a point that hybrid culture works more better than fully remote culture, I think. Thank you.
I would like to add another point also. Uh, during COVID time, not only the IT companies used the remote working culture, but also schools and colleges. So during that time, we all were in technology. So when I was in school and I was being taught by online, I couldn't get a proper network or something. But maybe in future we might have the technology which is improved. But for now, I don't think it is necessary.
Thank you. Pravina, I would like to recognize you for starting the being the leader, right? So why don't you try to conclude as well?
Sure, sir. So I think the remote working culture is for the conclusion is, so it is the needy of today's the modern life. So I think the remote working, because we also used to working with the remote culture, no. So the GD session will we used to work with remote learning. So I think, so the it is a 50% or 50% of real life it's working together in remote culture. So I think it's needy. Thank you.
Perfect. So, guys, I mean, after a long time, we are having this good discussion. I know, I mean, I purposely wanted this to happen because I know when we get into the debate mode, right, we tend to forget the topic sometimes, and also I felt that we were always doing more debate than a GD, and most of the times in the interviews they may have GD preferred than the debate. So that's why I wanted to have this session here. Overall, I'm actually so happy with the way how the sentence formation was and how everybody, I mean, every one of you started speaking. Kudos to everybody. Um, I mean, as usual, right? So Pravina, Roshni, Gopinath, Sukhanti, who are the regular attendees. I mean, they did their job very well. And even I think Gunasilan, I'm not sure whether this is for first or second session, but it was a good attempt from your side as well. Um, so Sandwana, I know, I mean, this is like third or fourth session, but see, you may not have people like Gopinath in every GD, okay? So think about it, right? Unless you speak, you are not going to get that job. That means that, where I'm going with that is, you should not shy away from speaking. Again,
No,
not
sir.
to,
Actually, I
no, no, I
have
understood.
a cold
No, no,
today, so I can't really speak.
yeah.
So,
I understand. No. It's not to just pinpoint you, right? But overall, from a GD's perspective, it's it's like you have to grab your opportunity to speak. Okay, and I was expecting that along with Pravina, everybody else or at least more than 2 or 3 will be trying to be the leader. But even though like a couple of you guys have asked whether are you starting, but even then I didn't see, I didn't see. I didn't see you guys were competing against each other, but that's fine. Don't worry about it. But overall, I think I am happy with the way how this went. So we are going to continue to have this kind of decision in the upcoming classes as well. Okay. So please be prepared on the latest topics. And going forward, I will reduce the timing to 1 minute. So try to be prepared on the latest topics. Okay. I think we are already 2 minutes past. But thank you all for staying. We'll continue next week.
ஆனா ஒரே ஒரு நிமிஷம்னா
Ah,
ஓகே ஜிடி ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸ் எல்லாருக்குமே வந்துட்டு ஒரு மீட்டிங் சொல்லியிருக்காங்க ஸ்ரீகிருதி அக்காவோட. அதுக்கு வந்துட்டு வீக் டேஸ்ல 9 PM டைம் கொடுத்துருக்காங்க. எந்த டே வந்துட்டு உங்களுக்கு எல்லாம் கரெக்டா இருக்கும்னு சொன்னீங்கன்னா அன்னைக்கு மீட்டிங்கை ஃபிக்ஸ் பண்ணிடலாம். கேக்குதா?
கேக்குதா ரணி? எனக்கு எந்த டேஸ்னாலும் ஓகே.
வீக் டேஸ் தான். ஸோ 9 PM டைம்.
ஓகே. அதான் நாங்க இப்போ ஆன்போர்டிங்காக சொல்லிருக்காங்க எங்க டீமுக்கு. ஸோ அதனால நீங்க ஈவினிங் 9 தானே? ஸோ அப்போ
ஆமா.
சரி நீங்க சொல்லிடுங்க எப்போன்னு.
சரி ஓகே, நான் அப்போ தனித்தனியா கேட்டுக்கிறேன்.
மோஸ்ட்லி சாட்டர்டே ஈவினிங்கே வச்சுங்க. சண்டே ப்ரிஃபர் பண்ணுவேன். சாட்டர்டேவே ஒர்க் பண்ணி வச்சுங்க.
வீக் டேஸ் சாட்டர்டே வந்துட்டு நமக்கு ஜிடி இருக்கும் 9 o'clock.
ஓகே.
அதனால தான் வீக் டேஸ்ல வைக்கும்.
வீக் டேஸ்லயும் ஜிடி தான் வைப்பீங்களா? புரியல ஆக்சுவலா.
இல்லைண்ணா, ஸ்ரீகிருதி அக்காவோட ஒரு மீட்டிங்ண்ணா. இந்த வீக் மட்டும்தான்.
ஓ, இந்த வீக்குக்கா? சரி சரி, ஓகே.
ஓகேண்ணா, நான் அப்போ டேட் வந்துட்டு குரூப்ல சொல்றேன். எல்லாருக்கும் ஓகேவா இல்லையா அப்படின்னு சொல்லுங்க.
ஓகே ஓகே சிஸ்டர், ஓகே.
ஓகே ஓகேண்ணா.
தேங்க்யூ சார்.
thank you.
Thank you, sir.